Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Rundown. My name is Mitchell Kelly. Alongside me here is Tyler Davis. And today we are your hosts for The Rundown as we are doing a special show just with intramurals and a roundtable. Today we're going to be looking at Ultimate Frisbee and Tony Romo. It's going to be a good one. All right, Tyler, tell us about intramurals.
All right, Mitch. Well, we're still currently in a waiting period for intramurals as we await the first pitch of softball season next week. But let's not get ahead of ourselves because we still have one other intramural sport to cover. Mitchell, why don't you tell the people about it?
Absolutely, Tyler. The last sport that we're covering here is Ultimate Frisbee. The season came to a close as of the 4th of this month, and we're here just to kind of give you a quick recap of what happened. 8 teams participated in this sport with around a 2-game season. Similar to water polo, the teams consisted of 7 people, split either 4 guys and 3 girls or 3 guys and 4 girls. The girls were given a special incentive to score as either throwing or catching a touchdown counted as double points for the ladies. So how did it all finish up, Tyler?
Well, Mitch, we had the Flying Saucers who finished at 4-0, claiming first prize in the league, and none other than Joe's Thunder bringing up the rear with an 0-2 finish. To give you guys an inside look, we caught up with Ultimate Frisbee player Allison Drobina, and she gave us her thoughts on this brand new sport.
A lot of the guys on the team are from the soccer team, and so they're all pretty quick. And for the girls, we really just had to choose several different ones, because not many girls really wanted to play. Our team's pretty quick. That's probably our best thing. And then we run a lot, and we try to do the short passes, but we also do the long passes into the end zone, and we try and put one girl in the end zone so we can get the double points or have a girl throw it in. So we did pretty good.
Well, that's all the time we have for intramurals. Now we're going to send it to Jackson and the roundtable as they discuss a highly controversial topic of Tony Romo's new contract.
Welcome to the Roundtable. I'm Jackson Carter, and this week we've kind of got a normal cast again. We got Katie, Andrew, and Hunter back with us, and this week we're going to talk about Tony Romo's awesome and controversial football contract that is extending him for 6 years. Hunter, what are you thinking about that?
Well, he is guaranteed $55 million. Just let that soak in. $55 million, and he ranks up there 4th all time with Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and Peyton Manning, and having the most guaranteed money ever. And there's one thing that he doesn't have in common with those other 3 gentlemen, and that is a Super Bowl. So, I mean, I really don't like the play. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of years of him playing for the Dallas Cowboys. So,
but clearly Jones thinks that Romo is going to get him a Super Bowl win. Sure, he can't do it on his own, but without Romo, the Cowboys don't have a chance.
And honestly, okay, I know the money looks large, right? The thing about the contract is it was necessary for the Cowboys to move forward. They had to make a big contract move to change this contract up to be able to sign free agents, to get big money free agents down the road rather than having to sign these bottom feeders that we've had to deal with in the past. Also, we had to have space to sign draft picks. We couldn't even sign those with the contract he had at the moment. So that right there is why it was a good move. And honestly, getting deeper into the contract, he'll probably only play about 4 of those years, and also later on in the deal they can adjust it again to where he'll get a league minimum contract, and they'll just take all the money into a signing bonus, and then it frees up even more cap space. So honestly, in that sense, in money terms, it's a good deal.
Well, asking you, you're a Cowboys fan, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, as a Cowboys fan, do you think he's worth the money?
You know, here's the deal. Okay, you can't make up for those mistakes he's had. I was at the playoff game in 2007 where Romo threw an interception against the Giants when we probably would have gone on to the Super Bowl. That happened. You know, I've seen it. I've seen the fumbled snap. I've seen his 3-interception game against the Redskins. But it could be so much worse. And for those Cowboys fans out there, and I know you're out there, I'm looking right at you right now, that say he can't get it done. He can't get it done. That may be true, but honestly, it could be so much worse. You see the Matt Flynn's, the Ryan Fitzpatrick, who got a huge deal in Buffalo. Awful, awful. Matt Castle, Carson Palmer. Do we really want to be a part of that? Or do we want someone who has all these stats and can, who knows, down the road? I think he can. It's just you got to build around him. So many times he's been able to get us back in the games and put us in position to make the playoffs, but we've been let down so many times with our inept defense, with receivers dropping passes, So it's there. It's just you got to build around him as well.
Furthermore, Romo struggled in the past, but midway through 2012 season, he bounced back hard. Cowboys were dead in the water, and he sort of revived them.
That's true.
Right, but I mean, I'm just thinking about money-wise. I'm sure there is some other way than $120 million over 6 years. I mean, they definitely didn't need an offensive line. We have one solid player, and the rest of them we rank towards the bottom of the barrel on every statistic. And I just think that we should put that money elsewhere and maybe just give him a 3 or 4 year contract and then bounce the money around. I'm no finance major. I am in personal finance, but as of now. But I'm just saying I think there's other ways of getting the money and the cap room right other than a 6 year contract with a decent player.
I agree. I don't think it was necessary to pay him quite so much, but I do think it was a smart move to lock him down. I do think the Cowboys need him.
Okay, well then, talking about Romo, and you said it's not just his fault. What else is needed then? What do you have to bring in to Dallas, or what does Jerry Jones need to do to get a Super Bowl back in that city?
And that's why this contract was essential. It opens up space. We have offensive line issues like Hunter has stated. Who was it? Mark Colombo, he's retired right now. Kyle Kozer, that's who it was. Sorry, it's just off. There's so many bad offensive linemen. It's just in my head, Kyle Kozer, he did so well at picking up Romo off the ground last year, picking up sack after sack after sack.
Number one stat.
And that's often where Romo's, faults come from. He's going to live and die by trying to make plays. He's not going to be a statue like Drew Bledsoe was, or Kyle Orton would have been had we just benched him. That's the thing. Like, Romo's going to try and make plays to make up for his lousy offensive line. And sometimes it's worked amazing, and sometimes, we die by that as well. So
that's why I'm excited about this race, because maybe the money that Romo's being offered is indicative of the Cowboys having a good season. Maybe it's indicative that Jerry Jones finally figured out what other fans have been saying over the years, that they need to clean up their offensive line. They need to work and fix their passing pocket so Romo can be better utilized.
All right, and then you have a line, you have Romo. What about receiving? Miles Austin didn't have the phenomenal year that he had the year before. Dez Bryant's a loose cannon at best. You've got to have people on the outside. And Hunter, do you think they have that, or do you think they're going to get that?
I honestly don't know. I know what they do have. Jason Witten. He is leading all Cowboys in receptions. He is definitely Tony Romo's, safety valve every time that he's in trouble. And Jason Witten is someone that we can definitely rely on. And he only missed, what was it, 1.5 games, one game last year from a lacerated spleen. Yeah, lacerated spleen. So that guy's super tough. Dez Bryant, I heard he's getting his act together. He was a loose cannon last year, throwing stuff on the sideline, running around. And then Miles Austin, he showed so much promise earlier a few years ago. And then, he's kind of fallen off a little bit. So I honestly do not know where they need to go from there.
But with Dez Bryant, he had, I think, what was his coming out party, if you will, in the receiving game. He established himself, I think, as the Cowboys' #1 receiver. With Miles Austin, I love Miles Austin. He can't stay healthy. I think he's got, hamstring issues up the wazoo, all the time. He's got to stay healthy. Like you said, Jason Witten, I think, is still one of the top 3 or 4 tight ends in the game. Dez Bryant's going to be there. Also in the slot, now we have Dwayne "The Rock" Harris. He's awesome in the slot. He's gotten really good as well. And if DeMarco Murray can stay healthy as well, he'll be good as well.
Well, Andrew, those are all good points. Thanks for discussion, guys. And this has been the Roundtable this week. Thanks for joining us.
Well, that's a wrap, sports fans. We appreciate you guys tuning into the Rundown. We want to remind you to please give us your input via Twitter. Our Twitter account is @TheRundownOBU. Your comments are greatly appreciated and may very well make it onto our show. For Tyler Davis, my name is Mitchell Kelly, and this has been The Rundown, signing off. Tyler Davis. Today we're actually going to be your host for The Rundown because we are doing a special segment in which we are just doing a intramural section and a roundtable.
Wow.
All right, are you ready?
No.
Yeah, I just completely looked this way. All right.